We are now live on YouTube and Facebook. Chairman, you have the floor.
Thank you. The meeting is called to order. Director Sanchez, please call the roll.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. A pleasure to see everyone today. Chairman Johnson,
Here.
Commissioner Sacks,
Here.
Commissioner Kraftwinkle, Commissioner Randall,
Here.
Commissioner Maldonado,
Here.
Commissioner Whitley,
Here.
Commissioner Hamilton, here. President Steele, here. President Shi.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Public participation pursuant of section 2.06, the Open Meetings Act, a public comment period will be held. Registered speakers will be allowed up to 2 minutes to provide comments. I understand that we do have one public speaker.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have Heather Domage as a public speaker. Just a reminder, you have 2 minutes to speak. We'll make sure that you are unmuted.
Did you want me to start now?
Yes, you can start now.
Oh, okay. So good afternoon, everybody. I'm here speaking on behalf of the advocates from Morgan Shoal about the $194 million budgeted shoreline project that is currently underway. And I want to address the issues of transparency and community inclusion relative to this project. In the spring of 21, PBC held a Zoom meeting about the context of the Morgan Shoal project and the process for engineers and architects wishing to bid the work. The PBC did an excellent job of outlining the biodiversity, the uniqueness of the shoal, the shipwreck, and the shoreline. The PBC also emphasized the importance of community engagement. At the time, they budgeted the project at 30 to 50 million. We're grateful. We are so looking forward to this being done. As of July 2023, the chosen architects, the Smith Group and all of their other entities, and the engineering firm Stantec MWH and all of their entities have not held a single community meeting. The USACE states, the Army Corps of Engineers states, quote, the Public Building Commission of Chicago is managing the development of design, procurement, and construction of the project. Chicago's Office of Budget and Management has set forth $194 million for this project, $4 for the planning and $190 for the work. This quadruples the estimate by the PBC 2 years ago. Of concern is that Stantec no longer lists Morgan Shoal, Smith Group no longer lists Morgan Shoal, and in fact, the PBC does not list Morgan Shoal as a current or past project. I could go on. The ACE says their GRR through the Army Corps of Engineers does not include Morgan Shoal. The Chicago Park District, can I have 5 more seconds?
Please take 30 seconds to wrap up your comment.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So the Chicago Park District, they're saying that they're going to hold a community meeting in the 3rd quarter of this year, but they've said this in the past and there's still no dates. And we know from personal correspondence that the design team is working now. And my guess is they may be working from a 2015 framework plan, now a decade old, and it's not synced with the vision of the community for that shoreline from 45th Street to 51st Street. So I think the PBC spoke so clearly about the importance of including community input in the Morgan Shoal project. And as a member of the advocates for Morgan Shoal, I'll say I agree, and we really hope that we are able to get timely information, that we can see some transparency and a clear plan for engaging the community.
Thank you for your comments. Thank you very much. All right, consideration for approval. That concludes those all of our public speakers, correct?
Yes, that's our only public speaker. I didn't know if you want me.
Yes, please. Could we please add Commissioner President Toni Preckwinkle to the roll?
Yes.
All right. Okay, consideration for approval of the minutes for the regular meeting held June 22nd, 2023. Is there a motion to approve?
There is a motion.
Is there a second? Second. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approving the minutes signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. All right, the motion is approved. Okay, now, there's always something exciting happening around here, apparently. So administration of the oath of office for President Carrie K. Steele, appointee of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago for a term until September 30th, 2026. Let's commence. All right, I have to read the script or have it memorized. I haven't been sworn in as many times as you. All right, I state your name,
I, Carrie K. Steele,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Commissioner of the Public Building Commission
of the Office of Commissioner of the Public Building Commission
of Chicago to the best of my ability.
of Chicago to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Would you like a minute to say anything? Hold on a second, May's got to hit record.
So I did hear that these meetings are awfully quick, so I will make it quick. I'm just thrilled to be here. I'm happy to work alongside all of you. Thank you for having me. My saying at Water Reclamation is teamwork makes the dream work, and then I always end it with let's get to work. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. So now let's, is there a motion to approve the
So
appointment?
move with pleasure.
Is there a second? Second. Would anyone like to speak to this motion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, say nay. This motion is approved. All right, administration, congratulations. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yet another administration of the oath of office to Janan Shi, appointing of the Board of Education to complete the term ending September 30th, 2023, and reappointment to fill part of a new term ending September 30th, 2028. Please stand. I state your name,
I, John Anshi,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
of the office of Commissioner of the Public Building Commission of Chicago
of the office of the Commissioner of the Public Building Commission of Chicago
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Mr.
Thank
Chief.
you.
Would you also like to take 47 seconds?
I'll be short. Thank you guys so much for this opportunity. As a Chicago public school teacher, someone's advocate for parents, I'm excited to be working in collaboration. Chicago Public Schools makes up 68% of the Public Building Commission. There's a lot of work to do around facilities and the vision about transforming Chicago. So I'm excited to serve. Thank you all.
Thank you. Welcome.
Welcome aboard.
Is there a motion to approve this appointment?
There is with pleasure.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of approving this appointment signify by saying aye. Any opposed, say nay. The motion is approved. Congratulations again to you. Congratulations to the both of you. Welcome aboard. And now there's consideration of approval of a resolution commending Joyce Chapman for her service as Commissioner of the Public Building Commission of Chicago. Karina, would you please read the resolution?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I am honored to present a resolution commending the service of Ms. Joyce Chapman, who is joining us virtually today. Whereas Joyce Chapman was appointed to the Chicago Board of Education and began serving on June 1st, 2022. And whereas Joyce Chapman was sworn in as Commissioner of the Public Building Commission of Chicago on September 13, 2022. And whereas Joyce Chapman is a community organizer, a visionary, a true leader, an empowered woman and lifelong learner who is committed to ensuring that all children and families receive quality education, have productive public safety, adequate housing, and provide support to all of the positive community initiatives. And whereas Joyce Chapman is the District Advisory Council President for the 5th District Chicago Police Department, where she works tirelessly with community residents and has been instrumental in helping deter crime in various Chicagoland communities. Joyce is a firm believer that it is important to work with local police districts to ensure safety and enhance quality of life in the community. As of 2016, she was appointed to serve on the Chicago Police Community Policing Advisory Panel, CPAP. And whereas Joy Chapman has served on the Gately Park Advisory Council for the past 10 years as president, and has also served on the Neighborhood Housing Services Advisory Board and was the vice president for 6 years. And whereas Joyce continues to be an advocate and representative of her community in the following roles. Founded Women Empowered Civic Engagement in May of 2016, which challenges and champions the task of women's involvement in city, county, state, and federal legislation. And she is an organizer and developer of the Quality of Life Plan of LISC Chicago for the far south side of Chicago in January of 2019. Joyce currently serves as president of the Far South Chicago Coalition and serves as the current vice president for the National Community-Based Organization Network. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Joyce Chapman is hereby commended by the chairman, members of the Board of Commissioners, and the executive director of the commission for her dedicated service to the Public Building Commission and the citizens of the city of Chicago and Cook County. And be it further resolved that the executive director is hereby authorized and directed to present and provide a copy of this resolution to Joyce Chapman commemorating her service as commissioner of the Board of the Public Building Commission of Chicago. Thank you and congratulations, and thank you for your service.
I move the resolution, Mr.
So
Chairman.
there's been a motion to approve this resolution. Is there a second? Second. It's been moved and seconded. Ms. Chapman, would you like to address the body? We would love to give you opportunity to do that, if you wish.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that, Mr. Chairman. It is so apropos that you, Karine, that you mentioned about public safety. We're out here right now at 5th District at Wendell Smith School, preparing for the National Night Out 2023. So that being said, I thank everyone and I thank you for lessons learned. And I just much successes for the PBC moving forward. Thank you so much for the resolution.
Thank you very much. Does anyone else wish to speak?
I would just like to say it was a pleasure to work with her, and her knowledge is broad about Chicago and very, very dear to all of us.
Well, thank you very much. As a public servant, know there's a great deal of sacrifice and commitment that is offered up on behalf of the people of Chicago, Greater Cook County, the state of Illinois. So again, congratulations to you, and clearly your work is not done. We look forward to joining you on the front line as we continue to build a better, stronger, safer city. All right, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no, nay. This motion is approved. Thank you. Okay, item A7. This is a consideration of approval for the acquisition of Wood Environment and Infrastructure Solutions, Inc. by WSP USA Environment and Infrastructure. Karina, please offer up the recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Wood Environment and Infrastructure Solutions, Inc., a specialty consultant providing environmental engineering and environmental renovations and demolition services to the PBC, was acquired by WSP USA Environment and Infrastructure, Inc. WSP USA purchased all assets and has retained the staff of Wood Environment and Infrastructure Solutions, Inc. In accordance with the terms of their contracts with the PBC, WSP USA is seeking approval so they can continue to provide services to the PBC. Please note that the PBC has performed due diligence review of WSP USA. That concludes my report for A7.
Mr. Chairman, I move A7.
Thank you. It's been moved for recommendation, approval for recommendation. Is there a second? Second. Been moved and seconded. Does anyone wish to speak to this item or have any questions? Hearing or seeing no hands, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. This motion is approved. For item A8, this is a report by the Audit Committee regarding the meeting held June 22nd, 2023. We will have a report from the committee chair, Bishop Todd Whitley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Audit Committee held a meeting on June 22nd, 2023. Our report is as follows. The PBC's Director of Finance reported on the planned submission of the PBC's annual comprehensive financial report in conjunction with the Commission's basic financial statements for the year ending December 31, 2022. The ACFR is in your board's book under tab A8. Representatives from Deloitte provided the required auditor communications related to the PBC's audited financial statements for the year ending December 31, 2022. Of note, there were no audit adjustments recorded or unrecorded. Deloitte further reported that there were no material weaknesses in matters related to internal control over financial reporting. Finally, we commended the PBC finance team. Many of them are here this afternoon, and their partners at Deloitte for their commitment to excellence in completing this audit. The audit committee accepts the reports, and that concludes my report on this afternoon. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you for the report. Is there a motion to accept this report?
There is.
Is there a second? Second. It's been moved and seconded. Does anyone wish to speak to this report or have any questions? I'm seeing no hands, hearing no questions. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed signify by saying nay. This report is accepted. Next, item A9, report of Administrative Operations Committee regarding the meeting held on August 1st, 2023. That's today, ain't it?
Yes, we had it earlier
Yeah,
today.
okay.
Trying to be efficient.
I'm tripping for a second. I'm like, hold on a second. Missed something. All right. Thank you.
We're very efficient.
I see. All right. All right. So thank you, Committee Chairman Jose Maldonado will provide a report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The AO committee met on August 1st, 2023. Our report is as follows. The Director of Procurement reported on one task order award for specialty consulting services to a previously appointed firm. The report is under tab A9A. The Director of Procurement reported on architect of record recommendations for various projects. The Executive Director will provide additional details during her report. The Director of Procurement reported on a recommendation to approve amendments for insurance brokerage services for property, casualty, and health benefits in the Messero Insurance Services to the CS Insurance Strategy Inc., a minority business and price firm for crime bonds and directors and officers liability insurance. The amendment report is in your packet under tab A9B. The Chief Development Officer reported that there were no field orders above the reporting threshold and provided a recommendation to ratify the then change order process since the last meeting under tab A9C as follows. Change order in the amount of $37,243 for the cell phone replacement facility project at Grand Avenue. The AO committee accepts the recommendations and reports from the PBC mathematics. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Committee Chairperson Jose Maldonado. Is there a motion to accept this report?
There is, sir.
Is there a second? Second. It's been moved and seconded. Questions? All right, seeing or hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. This report has been accepted. Item number A10. This is a report of the Executive Director regarding regular reports, development status, and other matters. Karina.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good afternoon to everyone. Before I begin my official report, I just wanted to follow up regarding a discussion that came up in the last board meeting when I presented to the board the conveyance of property from PBC to CPS for a property that CPS had sold.
Thank you.
So I spoke to CPS, and as you know, they have a real estate division, and they were very helpful in providing the following information. So they did provide their process, and I just wanted to share that with the board today, and hoping that can answer any questions that might have remained. So CPS has 3 routes when they are selling property. The first one is that CPS can transfer any their property to any units, a local government or a local government agency, just as the Park District, CTA, CHA, as you've seen in the past, and that regardless of what the value is, they can just transfer those properties to local agencies. The other step that they have is that if a property is valued under $25,000, then CPS is able to negotiate the sale of that set property without putting the property out to bid. So if someone's interested and the value is less than $25,000, CPS can directly work with that entity in order to sell it to them. And finally, if the property is over $25,000, then by statute, CPS is required to sell any property over $25,000 through a competitive bid sale process. In the last board meeting, what you saw was a property that was sold through that process. Now, this competitive bid process consists of various efforts that they have to put forth in order to ensure that as much information gets out about the available property. Some of those efforts includes advertising the property for sale through marketing of the property and the CPS real estate website. They also market the property through a real estate broker, and they utilize CBRE, which they in turn list the property commercial real estate websites. After that, they also publish notice in the newspaper for 3 consecutive weeks prior to the bids being due. Then once bids are accepted, the acceptance of bids, they have to have they provide bid packages with a letter of support from the local alderman, and that is a part of the process as well. And then once that has gone through, then the CPS board has to approve it. But prior to that final step, they need approval from the legal title holder, which is what happened. It could be either the city of Chicago or CPS. They need our approval because we hold those schools in trust. And then we send the title back to them, and then the sale can be finalized. So I'm hoping that this information clarified any questions in regards to CPS's process when they're, selling a property. Again, if there's any further questions, I'm more than happy to get those for you. Just see me after the meeting. We do have a representative from CPS. I know Brian has all the information on hand. I know Commissioner Shi, we discussed this previously, but again, anytime there's a question, I'm more than happy to get that answered for you. So that's on the last meeting's question. So now moving forward on my official report, I wanted to start by just pointing out our quarterly external newsletter that is on the screen, Constructive News You Can Use. I also have to point out, of course, we are highlighting Commissioner Steele, one of our new commissioners, and again, officially want to welcome both her and Commissioner Shi to our board. We're very excited to have you on board and very much look forward to working with everyone here. So in this newsletter, we again highlighted Commissioner Carrie Steele. I am going to just point out for my personal reference, we had a great partnership with Animal Care and Control, where we showed animals that were up for adoption in the plaza. It was a great event. We're hoping to do that again in the future. And just in case anyone's wondering, that cute little white fluffy dog is my dog Lady, who is also a rescue. I'll be remiss if I didn't point out that I deal with a very sassy girl.
The question is, if your dog won, then okay.
Now we have.
It was just a really presentation of adoptable dogs.
Checking here.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that afterwards, people thought she was also for adoption, and I was like, no, she's mine to keep. My husband would divorce me if I got rid of her. But no, it's been a very successful event, a very successful partnership, and we hope to continue that in the future. And again, I know in the last board meeting, I stated that right now the plaza is back into full swing. We actually are booked for the rest of the year for noontime events, but we are accepting applications for next year. So if you have a community organization that's interested in hosting anything on the plaza, especially noontime events, please let me know. It would be nice to hear something other than DJ music at noon, but it is cool because it's house music and brings me back to my younger days, but just wanted to put it out there because I know many commissioners work with organizations out there. I'm also very pleased to report that the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada, also known as GFOA, has awarded the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting to the PBC for its annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal year ending in December 31, 2021. This achievement is the highest form of recognition in government accounting and financial reporting, and it represents a significant accomplishment by a government and its management. This marks the 12th consecutive year that the PBC has achieved this honor. I would like to acknowledge the tremendous work of our committee and its members, and also the PBC finance team, which is led by Director of Finance, Ms. Weekly Fouché. And we also want to thank the Deloitte team with support from Washington, Pittman, and McKeever, and Velma Butler Associates for their hard work on behalf of our agency. Also, in this quarter's newsletter, we also spotlighted the hard work and accomplishments of Ernest Brown, who is the founder of Brown & Moman, a leader in the construction management and general contracting industry. He has a great story, and we are honored to tell his story and share his experience in our newsletter. Just for everybody, we have provided copies of our newsletter inside your board book. And I also invite you to visit our website where we have all of the previous newsletters posted for your review as well. And continuing our commitment to community engagement, I'm happy to report that our team was honored to participate in the city's 2023 Procurement Symposium at Malcolm X College. The outreach event provided numerous resources to assist businesses to learn about government contracting and opportunities. In other news, I got to get this together with an inch of finger. The Wendell Phillips Academy High School Annex, designed by the Moody Nolan team and completed by Berlin Builders, received recognition as the 2023 Merit Award finalist from the Chicago Building Congress in Education pre-K to 12 category. We're proud of the team that worked on this project and we applaud their much deserved recognition. This is a nice little award that we have that we are going to add to our already busting at the seams display box outside. And finally, I just wanted to share a personal note that honestly is both humbling and I'm very excited about this. I am honored to report that I have been selected to be part of the 2023 Edgar Fellows Program. I'm one of 40 leaders that were selected throughout the state that will come together to speak on various policy issues that are affecting both our city and state. And we will share ideas on how to create successful collaborations. Commissioner Preckwinkle, I know that you're going to be one of our speakers, so very much looking forward to that. And again, it's very exciting to be doing this and representing the PBC at this event, and just getting the word out of who we are and connecting with other leaders as well. And finally, I kind of wanted to just point this out. I wanted to congratulate Commissioner Hamilton on her new position as the CEO of Leadership Greater Chicago, fellow from 2020 here. So we wish you the best in your new role. I know you left City Year and you did great work there. And I know that all of the LGC fellows are very excited to have you in that role. So I think you were class 2016? 2016. Okay, so congratulations. And that concludes my report for 810.
Thank you, Karina. Are there any questions or comments?
I had a comment, Mr. Chairman. I just want to recognize Karina and Tanya and the team for their recognition from the Government Finance Officers Association. That's not a minor feat, and it really talks to the level of detail and work that they do with respect to finances. I know for the Forest Preserves, that's also been a big recognition for us, but I know how much work that really is, and so I just want to recognize them for their good work.
Thank you.
I second that.
Very good.
Very much seconded.
Please.
Well, we've been very diligent all the way around about our finances. Because it's the rock bed. That's how the senior executives of this world look at us. We can tell them all the stories and show them the greatness of doing things from having remodeled the old cultural center into something new, or Millennium Park and all of that. But at the end of the day, did we pay for it? Did we pay our bills? The classic discussion about who you are is in those numbers. And so this has been a remarkable process, and it's continued to be first class. I'm privileged, having formerly been the chairman for over 25 years, now having and for several years now. The three of us. Yeah, the Three Musketeers. And
Well, thank you. Thank you both for your comments. Thank you for your report. Please.
With Commissioner Sachs. They do a wonderful job and they make me feel very comfortable during our meetings, and we stand very strong as a commission because of our finances.
well, we're brothers.
Yes, we are.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak to this report? All right, very good. Hearing no other or seeing no other hands, is there a motion to accept this report?
I move we accept the report.
It's been moved. Is there a
Second.
It's been moved and seconded.
Mm.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, say nay. This report is accepted. Almost there, you all. For item B1, consideration approval of the appointment of an architect of record for the ADA Title II work at various city facilities. Karina.
Thank you. Earlier this year, the PBC partnered with the Department of Assets, Information and Systems, known as AIS, and the Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities, MOPD, on ADA Title II assessments and improvements for various city facilities. The PBC consultant is architect of record and engineer of record letters of interest and qualifications, known as the LIQ database, We have over 128 architects and 70 engineers enrolled in these LIQ databases. In collaboration with the city, we invited 32 qualified AORs and EORs to attend an information session regarding the project. Interested firms were required to submit supplemental information. Following the session, 8 firms submitted the required information. The evaluation committee, which consisted of PVC, AIS, and MLPD, selected 5 firms to interview and present detailed information. After consideration and consensus of the evaluation committee, staff recommends the appointment of the HOH Group, Inc., Altus Works, Inc., JGMA, Urban Works Limited, and Leggett Architects, Inc., as architects of record for the project. 4 firms, the HOH Group, Inc., Altus Works, Inc., JGMA, and Urban Works Limited, are minority and/or women business enterprise firms and have existing task order-based master agreements with the PBC. Leggett Architects currently does not have a master agreement with the PBC, and we recommend the issuance of a new task order-based master agreement to Leggett Architects, consistent with our pool of AOR, EOR master agreements in the amounts of $10 million. That concludes my report for B1.
Thank you for laying that out for that recommendation. Are there any questions?
I have one question. Is the bonding, Jim, is the bonding up to speed? Has anybody checked the bonding, their current bonding of these architects?
Yes, that's part of the process, and all of that has been checked, and they're all,
Because that's sometimes they're up to date. They
Yes.
have them, but have
They
they
are up to
reviewed
date.
and up to date?
the team does a very good job of, when they provide the information, reviewing the information and verifying all the information that is there.
Alright.
Before we bring it up to the board, yes.
Thank you. Are there other questions? All right, hearing none. Is there a motion to approve this
So moved.
recommendation?
Second,
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. This motion is approved finally, I believe, right? All right, so for the Forest Preserve District of Cook County, item C1, consideration of approval for the appointment of an architect of record for various projects on behalf of the Forest Preserve District of Cook County. Karina.
Thank you. In conjunction with the new Forest Preserve District projects, the PPC consultant is architect of record and engineer of record letters of interest and qualifications, LIQ databases. As part of the LIQ requirements, firms demonstrate recent relevant experience with various user agencies. After consideration and review of interest and availability, staff recommends the appointment of Taylor Made Design, Inc. as the architect of record for metal building projects at Tinley Creek Field and the tell me if I'm saying this right, McGinnis
Yes.
Field Station on behalf of the Forest Preserve District of Cook County. Taylor Made Design, Inc. is a certified MBE firm and is committed to project diversity and has demonstrated recent and relevant experience with design of metal buildings, previous experience with forest preserve projects, knowledgeable and experienced staff, successful execution of similar projects, and commitment to maximizing the utilization of MBE and WBE firms. The PBC, in collaboration with the Forest Preserve District of Cook County, recommends the issuance of a new task order-based master agreement consistent with our other AOR, EOR agreements in the amount of $10 million. I would like to thank our county partners and again, Commissioner Randall, as we work with his staff to assist with their capital improvement plan. That concludes my report for C1.
Thank you, Karina. Thank you, Commissioner Randall. Would you like to speak to it? or
I
anything
just
else?
want to move it forward. I would say that we've worked with Taylor Made in the past
Mhm.
on projects in the Forest Preserve, been very successful with them, and so we're glad to have them joining this team.
Well, thank you. And I should have mentioned Lori as well for the work that I believe both sides of the building are doing to make sure that there's real participation. I know you've been very focused on that over the last 5 years since I've known you. So thank you for your commitment.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Anyone else wish to speak?
Second it.
All right, so it's been, I'm sorry, Commissioner Kirkland, did you have your hand up? I'm sorry. Okay.
Chairman, I just have a comment. I just want to applaud the intentionality
Yep.
of using minority firms.
Yep.
And this is something that I see with regularity and continuity. And so I feel that it's setting an example. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, agreed. Thank you.
Where is Tinley Creek?
Tinley Creek is in the south suburbs.
Mhm.
Really? Great.
Yes.
Like south.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, well, thank you. Hearing no, seeing other hands, hearing other comments. Is there a motion to approve? The motion has been made to approve this recommendation, has been seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right, this motion is approved. Is there a motion to adjourn?
There is.
It's been moved, it's been seconded. All those in favor signify by say aye.